Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to set up your Better Impact / Volunteer Impact profile. I'm going to go through step by step in this video of what it's going to look like. So hopefully this will answer any questions or any issues that you're having while trying to set up your profile. I appreciate all of you taking the time to do this. This is really helpful for the volunteer team and the Food Depot as a whole. It's going to provide us with a lot of great things. So I'm looking forward to using this and expanding with it and showing you all the wonderful things that our Better Impact / Volunteer Impact has to offer. First things first, so you will click on this link that you should have received in an email. It will come up looking like this. This is kind of the volunteer agreement. Read through this is kind of the expectations that you should have for us as the volunteer team and as the organization, and the expectations that we have for you as a volunteer. So read through that carefully. If you have any questions or anything, you're welcome to contact me or Amanda. Um, so once you're through kind of reading that, you'll scroll through and get down here to the bottom. Um, I don't think any of you will have a profile, but if you do, we can work on that. Contact me individually. Otherwise, you'll come down, you'll create a username. I generally tell everyone to kind of use their user email address that they're going to want to associate with the account. It saves a lot of confusion for a lot of individuals, I've learned. And it's an easy way for us to find you if you ever get locked out of your account or are having issues. So that is my personal account. Or you can just, you know, type in your name. Sometimes that will be allowed, sometimes it won't. If you share a very common name, somebody at another organization may already have that as their username. So play with it a little bit. It's just like creating a new email address or anything else. So many people in this world. So things like this come up. Moving on. So you will then enter your email address twice. This one is saying that it's already associated with a profile because I've already went through and set this up. But you can read through this if you want, click that, and then you would hit save to continue. Since I've already set up mine, I'm going to click here, but each of you should be doing this part and it's going to take you to the same screen. So I've read it. We're going to go on to the next step. The next part of the application form, you'll see these little flags. These mean anything that is associated with that is a required entry. Excuse me. There should be little notes that will help out through the process so you can read through these. Right now, we don't have evening or weekend shifts available. We're looking into that in the future. But this kind of helps us know like, oh, we have several shifts open on Tuesday and nobody is signed up for that. I can pull a list of people that are available that say they're available on Tuesday and reach out to them. So it's very helpful for us in the future, and it lets us also know when to schedule activities if we have a little leeway with that. So I would just go through and do that, but however you want to do that, whenever your availability is, we appreciate all that you can have. Then we're going to go down to general interest. What kind of areas do you want to volunteer with? We have our warehouse shifts, and I love this cool little thing. If you click on these little yellow icons, there's more information, so it'll create a little pop-up. These are little job descriptions about what we have available, and kind of a little picture sometimes of folks doing. I think this is Jill James helping out in the warehouse, packing up some sort of donations for our partner agencies. So you can look through those. Each one of these should have that. They may not all have photos. And yeah, so just a better description if you're not as familiar with some of these areas. Now down to the additional information. Please fill out anything that's required, anything that is not required. Please try to fill it out as well. That really helps us with data, with making sure that we have all the right things in all the right places. So please be mindful of that. These have flags right there, so you're going to be required to that. This is saying that we can call you at the phone number. This is really important in case shifts change, there's an emergency situation. We need to be able to reach out to our volunteers. So make sure that you're going through these and reading them. Um, Here is a I agree to the volunteer agreement found in the website. This is the stuff that you read at the very beginning. This is just another way for us to do this. We are working on updating the volunteer handbook as a whole, so that will be part of the change. But getting through the initial process, we're just going to repeat that information. Volunteer data confidentiality agreement. So for all of our front desk folks, those that are going to interact directly with the public, maybe receive mail, those kind of things, you would click here, find our policy. It will pop up to a new page for that. You'll read through it, digitally sign, then you can save it, and then you will update it. You will upload it. So once you've done that, then you would choose your saved file, find out where it is, and then you will upload that, and we're good to go. The next one is emergency contacts, kind of go through that. The name, relationship, and primary phone are required. Email is very good to have, as well as a secondary phone. So maybe a home phone and a cell phone, just in case you do get, you know, injured or there is some sort of emergency and we need to get in touch with this person immediately. It helps to have that backup. Down to the parent guardian agreement. This is required for anyone that is under the age of 18. So you'll need the name, email, primary phone number. Again, if you click here, here is our volunteer consent form that will pop up. If this doesn't apply to you, you can, just bear with me. So you can save this document, type in all the information, and then again, just like we did with the confidentiality agreement, you can upload it. If you're having issues doing that, you can email us directly and we can add it to the profile. Demographic information, this really helps us with, grant writing and figuring out what our service area needs. It's not just for our clients, it's also for our volunteers. So this really helps us keep track of making sure we're doing the right thing with everyone. Um, Gender identity, whether you're male, female, non-binary, prefer to self-describe, prefer not to answer. It is your decision. Again, these are not required because there's no flag, but I would love this information if you're willing to provide it. Self-describe, if you chose to self-describe, um, there's little pop-ups, but you can type that right in. Um, Preferred pronouns. Examples are she, her, hers, he, his, they, them, theirs, she, he, they. For mine, I would do he, him, his. Again, this is not required, but it is useful information. I would love to have that on my volunteer name badge when those are printed, so that anybody that is addressing me, they know my preferred pronouns. Race and ethnicity, pretty straightforward. Prefer not to state, prefer to self-describe, two or more races. And then I allow for a spot if you would like to describe any of those. Again, little pop-ups to help along with that. Down to driving agreement and license. This is optional, but this will be required for anybody utilizing our vehicle or participating in any of um, our delivery programs, or individuals that will be driving with other volunteers in the car for an event or anything like that, such as Turquoise Trail, Depot Delivers, all of those kind of things. So you will find the policies here. Again, another pop-up window that you can then read through the policy, print and sign, and then upload once you're finished. Vehicle usage policy. So the driving policy is for anyone that is a volunteer that is going to be driving for anything the food depot related. The food depot vehicle usage policy, this is for any of the volunteers that will be using our fleet of vehicles, the food mobiles, any of that kind of stuff. We do have to have this on file. And for those drivers, you can choose what type of license you have. If you have any specialty with commercials, that's really good for us to know in case we ever need some extra help with that. We can always pull a list of those that have that certification. Here, please upload a picture of your driver's license. Again, this is for any of those that will be using our vehicles. You can find it on your phone or computer and then simply upload that so we have it for our insurance and everything like that. Now to the fun part, your experience, your skills, your certifications, all the things that make you uniquely you and really help us as an organization. If you have any kind of food service prep background, that's really good for us to have. We have a lot of programs that will utilize that. For those of you that are doing specific food handling over at Kids Kitchen or Turquoise Trail or any of those type of programs, if I have your food safety handler certification, I will go ahead and upload that myself once you create your profile. Or if you have a copy of it, you're welcome to go ahead and upload it yourself. Let's see, anybody that's got fundraising experience. I am terrible with photography. I do not like answering phones, but I will for you guys and gals. So data collection, love it, love it. Program evaluation, all that kind of stuff. So these are things that I have experience with. Um, Again, this is just saying, hey, I check the box because I've done this before. If you have any other languages, that is very helpful for us. It doesn't have to just be English or Spanish, any of the local native languages, whatever you have experience in, let us know because we never know what type of clients we're going to run into and what type of help we may need. So it's always great for us to be able to reference back and see what resources we have through our volunteers. Again, any other language you're fluent, uh, we list it for verbal, we list it for written. Myself, I'm decent in Latin with written. I obviously said that language, so I don't speak it. So I'll just do Latin, Homeric, Greek. I did know Japanese, but I've lost it because I never use it anymore. And any other skills that aren't listed that you think might be beneficial for us to have on record, please fill those in. That's always a great tool to have. Scrolling down to professional information, again, this stuff is optional. Um, we sometimes are looking to fill specific job roles that come apart. We are expanding as an organization as we expand our services. So it's always good if you want to give us that information. You have the ability to upload your resume currently. Um, and if you are a former or current member of the United States Armed Forces, if you're a vet or you're currently serving, please let us know that. That's good for us to know for grant writing purposes and, possibly celebrating you as an individual. So please feel free to either put that in or not. It's not required. T-shirt size, this I did put as required because it helps me keep track of my inventory and make sure that we have shirts available for all of our volunteers. Um, so if you'll go through, don't pay attention to the A, B, C, or D. That's not important, just the sizes. So that would be an extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, a 2X, 3X, other. If you do have a preference that is outside of these sizes, shoot me a quick email and I can force that in and make sure that you are represented whenever I order those type of materials. And then the next is, how do you like to be recognized when you do a great job? Or, you know, I really love celebrating our team, and I want to make sure that I do that in a way that is befitting you. I don't want to embarrass anyone or call anyone out. So let me know how you like to be recognized, whether you like to be in public, if it's more like a one-on-one thing, if you like it in an email, whatever your preference is. I want to make sure that we are taking care of you. Preferred treats and snacks. This helps me whenever we're setting up the little table in the lobby. It also will help, if we ever have any kind of contest or, anything like that. I want to know more about you and what your likes and dislikes are. So feel free to fill that in. Any hobbies you may have, hiking, cycling, those type of things. As we do events as an organization, it's nice to see whose hobbies are what so that they could fit in maybe with that for recruiting. Um, And then down here, I know that a lot of our seasoned volunteers have friends that they bring in, and we really want to kind of celebrate that and keep track of that. So if you were referred um, to volunteering by a Food Depot staff or a volunteer member, let us know and who did it, and we'll go from there. Once you're finished with that, you'll say done. I'm not able to do that because I made a boo boo, and this is what it looks like. So if you didn't fill in part of the required information, it's going to flag it and say, "Hey, you're not done yet. Let's finish this up before we move on." Um, John Doe. I, John Doe is other. I don't know. 505-471-1633. Let's see. I agree. I agree. And I think that should take care of all the ones that I did not do. So now I should be able to move on. Uh, and once I click submit, it's going to show you this page. Thank you for applying. We've received your application. This lets you know that it will go into the database. You're welcome to click this link. It'll take you to our My Impact page, which will look very similar to this. And that's how you'll go forward with everything. Um, you should receive an email automatically giving you some next steps of what to do. It'll have an e-learning involved and a couple of other items. Let's see if that, yay. So this is what it's going to look like once you receive that email. Hey, Stephen, it's me. Thank you for applying. So we do require a photo for your profile that helps us in any kind of event that, we're trying to check in and make sure that people are here. If someone may be new and we may not be as familiar, it helps with a lot of different things. So please take the time to do that. It's more of just your face. I don't really need to see your puppies or anything, though you can share those with me in private. Um, but yeah, we really want to see that gorgeous smiling face that you have. So this has some instructions of how to do that. I will record a separate video for this. But you should receive this email. For whatever reason, if you don't, please reach out to us for next steps. And thank you so much for doing this and creating your profile. It's going to be extremely helpful when we launch the scheduling the first of the year. So again, any questions, comments, concerns, please reach out to me or Amanda, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you so much.